Hey, what's up? Good afternoon to all your YouTube subscribers, all you bold and beautiful fans. I'm Justin Fleming, and I'm here to give you my review on today's Bold and Beautiful Tuesday, August 15th, 2017. Now, today's Bold and Beautiful was wild and crazy, very wild and crazy. And Eric today he was repeating again and again that Quinn killed Sheila and Sheila's all that stuff. I mean, does he not realize? I mean, he's an old coot. I mean, has he lost his mind? I mean, what's wrong with these writers? They're stupid. I mean, this whole storyline. I mean, Eric. I mean, the woman was crazy, psychotic, and all that stuff. But you know what? She survived. The good thing is she survived. She's alive. Now, next one, Sally, she shows some designs to Sal and tells him to be honest. And Sal thinks the designs are amazing. He thinks they can pull this off and don't need Thomas. Shelley yells out they do need Thomas, especially with Bill Spencer gunning for them. You know what? Okay, I might not be a fan of Shirley, but she's right. She's absolutely right. They do need Thomas. Because Bill Spencer did all this so he can... Because like I said, Bill Spencer did all this to keep Sally apart from Thomas, and for Thomas to be in New York with Caroline. She's just driving a wedge between them. It's just a personal vendetta, all because he wants Spectre out of business. That's all it is. He just wants Spectre Fashions out of business. Now Bill tells Justin that Thomas is in New York, and Beauty Sky is becoming more a reality every day. Justin tells Bill that it was pretty cold to tell Thomas that Caroline was dying. It's true. Bill says it was business and it was brilliant. Justin says that Liam doesn't think so. Bill says that he is sure his bleeding heart son has already told Steffi, but thinks Steffi will appreciate what Bill is doing to keep Sally out of her brother's life. Yeah, well, we all know that Steffi hates Sally as much as Bill does. I know a lot of you fans know that. We all know Sally hates. That Steffi hates Sally as much as Bill does. And Bill, he tells Justin if plan A doesn't work, he has plan B. Justin says money. Bill tells him as much as it takes. There's a knock on CJ, and CJ comes in. Bill thanks him for stopping by and tells him that he's tired of waiting and it's time to make a deal. Bill reads from an article he has released talking about Thomas's leave of absence from Spectre, and their outlook is grim. Bill laughs about it to Justin and CJ. He tells CJ there will be disaster for him. CJ says he knows they're paying their rent on time and Thomas is coming back. Bill tells them that he can't count on that. He tells CJ that he's going to bail him out and buy that pile of rubble right there, right now. Oh no! Oh, he's wrong. Bill is wrong. He's 100% wrong about Thomas. He's wrong about that. I mean, Thomas will be back, and he will find out that he manipulated him and all that stuff. He did all this to drive a little wedge between Thomas and Caroline, Thomas and Sally, and for Thomas to reunite with Caroline, because of this, she has this autoimmune disease, which is not true. 100 is not true at all. 100% not true. And I disagree. Now, next one, Pam and Charlie talk about Sheila and Brooke, and Brooke walks in, and then they talk about some of the stuff that Sheila has done. Brooke says that Sheila claims to be getting better, but she doesn't believe it. She says Sheila can't be trusted. She says that, you know what she said today? She said that she plays the victim. That was very. She's a hypocrite, very hypocritical what she said about that Sheila plays the victim. Let me give all of you a little history lesson about this woman, Brooke. I mean, is she for real? I mean, she even got a history of trying to get Taylor out of Bridget's life, and not to mention her history with Stephanie, because she also hurt Eric too. Yeah, she also hurt Eric. And that's not, and also in this one, she also, in Katie, when she acted all hurt over Bill, whom she's married to now. No, but I mean, that's hypocritical. I mean, if anybody knows anything about playing a victim, it's Brooke. She's the one who always likes to play the victim. She always likes to play the victim. It's always Brooke. So why should she talk about Sheila at all? Brooke. Can't stand her. Now, next one, this one, Eric. Now, Eric was yelling for Quinn to call 911, and Sheila comes around, and Eric helps her to get up in the sitting position. Eric yells, "What the hell happened here?" And Sheila has an evil look on her face. Eric tells Sheila that the doctor is on his way. Well, I know all of you had a smile on her face because she wasn't really hurt because when the blood coming out of her head, you can really tell she wasn't really hurt because when she was smiling, because all that blood was fake blood, that wasn't real. And Eric tells Sheila the doctor is on his way, and he asks Quinn what happened. She says that Sheila showed up again unannounced, and she caught her staring at her picture, and it was unsettling. Eric says that she should have made it more clear that he meant for Sheila to go to the office. Quinn says that Eric knows Sheila is dangerous and asked her to leave, she says. Sheila says that she didn't ask, she demanded me and told me she never came back. I was halfway to the door and she calls me a bitch. Quinn says, I did. Sheila says, I simply reminded her of her betrayal of you and your son. They start arguing about what happened, and Quinn can't believe Eric is buying this victim act from Sheila. Sheila says she's not acting, she's bleeding, and Quinn knocked her unconscious. Quinn smiles and says, give me a break. Eric says he doesn't want to hear another word. Quinn is the last person to talk about being dangerous. She's the last person to talk about danger. I mean, anybody if it's dangerous is her. I mean, she's got a history of trying to hurt Eric's family too. She also hurt Eric's family as well because she's not any different. She's not any different than Sheila Quinn. She did some bad things too. Now Sally explained to Tom that Thomas needs to be in New York with his son and they have to concentrate on taking care of Spectre on their own. Sal thinks that they can do anything with Sally being in charge. And Darlia comes in and shows them the article that Spencer wrote, and Sally says that Bill is still trying to put him out of business. I really do hope, I wish Thomas will come back to her. Just watch, Thomas will come back to her. Because Bill's a home wrecker. A real home wrecker, that's what he is. Now, CJ says that he can't do it. Bill tells him that cash is king and CJ can do what he wants. He says that he gave his cousin ample opportunity, but Spectre was doomed from the start. He hands CJ the original contract and says that he has sweetened the pot. There's an extra $5 million for him. Bill says a tax-free gift is just for him, that he won't have to work another day in his life. He tells CJ to take the deal and put an exit in Spectre. You can't do that. And Justin wonders if CJ will take the deal, and Bill says that he would be stupid not to. He says that CJ is dead broke and can pay the property tax on that pile of dust. Without Thomas designing, Spectre doesn't stand a chance. He tells Justin that he's being incredibly generous and it was hell of an offer to Brooke. And Brooke comes in and says, what kind of offer was that? Bill and Justin talk about getting Brooke to marry him, and Justin leaves and says to behave themselves. They kiss. Bill teases for Sky not to look. that she gets jealous, Bill says, "Who?" Bill says, "Sky, my skyscraper, the other one in my life." They laugh and kiss. You know what? I wish. You know what? It's a good thing that Bill didn't rat out that Justin didn't rat out Bill. It's a good thing he didn't rat Bill out to Brooke. But you know, I hope Justin will snitch. I hope he will snitch to Bill about what Bill is doing to try to do all this this little story that Thomas. That Thomas is with Caroline because she's dying this autoimmune disease. It's all about because he wants Spectre out of business. I hope he will be exposed. And Sally is upset about the article and says that they should have expected something like this. The door opens and CJ comes in and they all brag to CJ about how well Sally did in Monaco. CJ says that he's glad that she didn't, but there's no easy way to put this, so I'm just going to say it. I'm selling this building and I need you guys out as soon as possible. They plead with CJ and Sally that they're building a brand new line of designs and are ready for the new show. Shirley says they held their own with FC in Monaco. Sally says they have a deal and they have time on their clock. She says that he has to trust her. I can do this. CJ brings up that Thomas is not designing and Shirley asks him to have their own show, and Saul says yes. If they fail, you can kick us out. No hard feelings. Sally says she promises he won't regret it. CJ remembers back to Bill telling him around the $5 million and says he's sorry. Their lease is up and he's selling the building. Sally says to Bill Spencer is behind this, isn't he? And she's right. Sally is right. Bill Spencer's behind all this. It's just a personal vendetta. That's all it is. He did all this so he can get rid of Spectra and break up Thomas and Sally. But you know, I hope they will get back together and find out when they find out that the whole thing was a lie, that Caroline is not dying of this autoimmune disease. That's crap. I don't know what these writers are doing. Now the doctor examines Sheila and he wants her to go to the hospital for a CT scan. Sheila doesn't want to go and tells him that she's a nurse and can take care of herself. The doctor asks if she's someone to take care of her, and she tells him that she's alone. The doctor insists she go to the hospital, and Eric tells him that Sheila will stay there and be taken care of. Quinn is stunned. And Bill and Brooke over and over talk about Sky with Bill going on and on about it. Next one, Eric assures the doctor that they'll take care of Sheila. The doctor leaves and Quinn, who has been quiet, says that Sheila can't stay with him. This is a terrible idea. Eric says they have to do this. This happened in their house. Sheila says that she's really grateful and that he asked her to stay there, but she doesn't want to cause trouble. She'll go back to the hotel. Quinn says, perfect. They'll hire a nurse. Eric says she's staying here. Quinn wants Eric to think about what he's doing. It says he knows what he's doing and tells Sheila that since she came back to LA, she's been treated unfairly. Quinn tells Eric he can't do this. You can't let Sheila move in here. No, Quinn, I can't stand Quinn's whining. I can't stand her whining. Here's my final thought. I cannot stand her whining today. She had all this coming for all the things you've done to Ivy, Deacon, Liam. She brought all this on herself. Because she is any different than Sheila. She had all this coming. She deserved it for all the stuff, the sick things she did. What goes around comes around, and karma is a you know what. Quinn knows exactly how it feels. She's whining. She is whining. She has karma for all the things she thinks she done to Eric's brother. She had it coming. because Quinn isn't any different than her. That's all I was saying. I mean, I'm no fan of Quinn. I'm not on Quinn's side because she is any different than Sheila. Because she hurt Eric's family too. The same. Because if Sheila hurts Eric's family, then Quinn will hurt Eric's family too. I mean, there's a double standard between Quinn and Sheila because they're both psychotic and crazy and dangerous. Quinn deserved it for all the things she done. She needs to stop all the whining and all that stuff. Stop whining. Because Quinn. I mean, she should have just thrown Quinn out. I mean, she accused Sheila of faking an injury and then had the nerve to call her a B word, bitch. I mean, I know all of you agree with me that Quinn had it coming for all the things she done. Karma's a bitch. What goes around comes around, like I said. So that's my little review on today's Bold and Beautiful. Hope all of you enjoyed tomorrow's Bold and Beautiful. Subscribe to me, Justin Fleming. I'm out of here. Peace.